So I just found out that I wasn't going to be making as much in your town as I would be in here. So I'm just gonna try to stick it out with her. And man, I really wouldn't recommend it. Wait, hold on. Now I got a problem with you. See, you've been so unsupportive of my relationship with her that What's up, everyone? I'm Charles Medley, and welcome back to an all-new episode of the Eric and Thomas season of My Random Tales. So now Eric is moved all the way to a completely different state, completely new location, new environment, and he's there with his girlfriend. And it's all working out well for him, except, well, he hates his job. And after bragging about how much he loved it when he first started working there, it didn't take but a couple of months to get him to hate it. Just for him to see the flaws, customers yelling at him and all that stuff, and this was just over the phone that customers were yelling at him. It wasn't like it was happening in person. It's not like he knew any of them either. They were there for about a year and then they moved. And he was able to get another job as soon as they moved to their new location. But while they were living in the 6 hour away location, that's what I'm going to call it. I'm going to say 6 hour. So when they were living in 6 hour, his problems with his girlfriend continued to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. And so Thomas and Eric came to town one weekend, and him and Thomas, they were talking about it. Thomas got into a new hobby, and so they met at that location. They had a little cafe there and everything, and Thomas was really happy with his new hobby, and Eric thought he would pick up on it too. They're sitting at the cafe there, and Eric is explaining to Thomas about how bad things are getting between him and his girlfriend. Thomas is asking him, what could be the problem? Is there something that she needs? Is there something she's missing? I know she's ill with a terminal illness. Well, potentially terminal illness. I know that. Does it have anything to do with that? Eric's just like, well, she basically, what it boils down to is she's the devil. I'm an angel and she's the devil. So Thomas is just asking questions, I know you have a hot temper. I know you tend to fly off the handle sometimes and say some things. Are you sure that you didn't say something that she might have been offended by? And he's like, no, I'm, what it boils down to is I'm an angel and she is the devil. Well, it sounds to me like you got to get going, man. You got to leave her. About a month later, Eric calls Thomas up. And he's like, hey, we finally talked, man. We worked it out. Yeah, she's a little afraid of the illness that she has coming back. She's afraid it's going to come back. And, we're just talking about it. We're trying to work things out. And everything's going great so far. Well, that's great. Prayers have been answered. Hopefully, it has not come back. We can only hope for that and pray for it. Eric later that day texted Thomas and said, hey, man, I know I give you a lot of crap every now and again, but you're a pretty solid dude, and I really appreciate your support. Thomas was like, man, you know how long I've been waiting to hear that from you? Thomas didn't say that to him, but that's what he was thinking. I've been waiting so long to hear that from you. And so Thomas said, I appreciate that. You're a good man. And he meant it. And from what I've looked over in the story, I've seen the whole story. I've read the whole story. And it does look like Eric is a good person or wants to be a good person. There's like a good in him that's being overtaken by anger. And I'll get to that later on in the season. But look, if you are an angry person, if life really ticks you off, you need to do your best to aim it at something and not someone, and then go and try to control that anger. So anyways, back onto the subject. This is where Eric and Thomas became best friends again. This has been a while. It's been a while since Eric had any kind of outbursts, any kind of emotionally unstable outbreaks, where he would say something that made Thomas say, goodbye, dude. Come back when you're ready, but goodbye for now. And Thomas was pretty confident that they were going to be best friends for life. Thomas would be at his wedding. He'd be at Thomas's wedding. Thomas was for sure going to make Eric his best man when Thomas met that special woman. So a month after things were going so well between Eric and his girlfriend, Eric sent Thomas and quite a few people a text, a picture text. It was a very proud moment for Thomas. Not proud of Thomas, but Thomas was very proud of Eric. It was Eric down on one knee proposing to his girlfriend. They had worked things out that much that Eric was ready to get married. It was safe to say that Eric was finally that person that he wanted to be. He was treating people good, and he was treating his girlfriend good, and he was treating his best friend good. He was treating everybody good. There was still some factors with, him seeing flaws in people and in things, but he wasn't demonizing it that much anymore. Well, eventually they moved to their final location before Well, you're about to find out. So they moved to their final location, and which was 3 hours away from Eric's hometown, Eric and Thomas's hometowns. I'm just going to call it 3 Hour Town. So, we got 6 hour and then 3 hour. So they moved from 6 hour to 3 hour, and things started to go downhill again. And Eric started making bad decisions, foolish decisions. It wasn't like bad, though he was definitely having a lot of green time, if you know what I mean. I'm saying if you know what I mean a lot. You know what? And I also notice I say a lot too. It's something I gotta work on. Leave me alone. Anyways, so Eric started making some very unhealthy decisions, and his anger started coming back. His conscience started to decrease again. He started losing control of the things that he said to people. He started treating Thomas bad again. They began a project, a really interesting project, something that would be life-changing if it got anywhere. Something that would be life-changing for Eric especially, and then Thomas, and then Johnny. Johnny was pretty frequent in their circle of friends. They became an online trio. I mean, look, they all live pretty far away, so it wasn't like they could just all hang out. So it was all online. They talked online, video chat, talking about this project, designing this project, sharing ideas about this project. It was really good. It was a lot of fun. It was very hopeful, too, for both Johnny, Thomas, and Eric. Well, all the while this was happening, Eric was talking about his relationship and how bad it was getting. Even after the proposal, he was talking about how crazy she is, how, again, I'm an angel, she's the devil. I'm an angel, and she is the devil. Are you sure? Yes, I am an angel, and she is, in fact, the devil. Thomas asking questions, making sure, saying, try talking to her. Try getting to the bottom of it. I did. And guess what? She's just crazy. I gotta get out of this. And Thomas was like, well, after being jerked back and forth on all this, on how, oh, she's so crazy. Oh, wait, we figured out why. Oh, she's so crazy. Oh, we figured out why. And Thomas was just like, it's final. I really don't think you should try going back. I support you, but I really don't think this is a good idea. And Eric's like, thank you so much for your support, man. I mean, you are such a good friend. I mean, it's been a very, very tough week, and you've been there for me this entire time, and, just thank you so much. Thomas is like, it's no problem, dude. You're my best friend, and I'm always going to be here for you, no matter what. Well, Eric and his girlfriend threw a Thanksgiving gathering, and it was mostly friends, but his mom was also invited. Yes, the crazy Karen. But they were getting along ever since he moved out, and that was pretty good, and Thomas was very happy to see that. So it was Thomas, Johnny, and a few of Eric's girlfriend's friends. They seem like very classy, very happy people. Like, they seem very content. Thomas explains that you could just see their smiles, you could see their laugh, you could see their body language. They're just content with life. And it seemed like Eric was definitely with a good crowd, a very good, positive crowd of people. And, well, at the end of that party, when everyone left, Eric's girlfriend and Eric had a fight during a Thanksgiving gathering. Something that was supposed to be happy and family and friend oriented was supposed to be happy. They had a fight, and it was very serious. It was very bad. Eric had suspicions of her cheating. She had suspicions of Eric cheating. Apparently she was, how do I word this? Baking soda. It looks like flour and baking soda. You know what I'm talking about. All right, you consume it. It's illegal. Yeah, that stuff. And it's named after something that you see in an old sidewalk. Don't step on the break your mother's back. Yeah, all right, there you go. So, apparently she was into that stuff every now and again. Thomas did not know about this. He had no idea. There was a lot of very ugly details that Eric was leaving out. And Johnny, who knew very little about their relationship, very little, was like, just talk to her. Well, this sounded all too familiar with Thomas, because Thomas was saying the same thing up till, 5 times of this back and forth. And then Thomas is like, hey, look, everything that you've told me, you finalized it, man. She's too crazy. You gotta get out of here. You have to leave this place. All right? I know it's tough coming back to the hometown that you were trying to escape, but honestly, man, all I'm saying is you gotta get out of here. He's no good for you. You're more miserable than you are happy. So they all went down to Eric's basement, jammed out, had a few drinks, had a few too many drinks. So it's the next morning, and Thomas and Johnny head out the door, and they're heading back to their hometown, and, Thomas and Johnny, they got along pretty good. had a lot of stories to tell. A week later, Eric calls Thomas and is talking about how he's very upset because he just applied at the same kind of workplace that he was currently working at, only in his hometown, and realized that they would be paying him less than the current location that he was at. And then he said, I'm just going to try to work it out. I'm going to try to stick this out. And Thomas, he's like, after everything you told me, man, I wouldn't recommend it. And Eric cuts him off and says, whoa, hold on. Now I got a problem with you because you've been so unsupportive throughout this whole situation. Like, you've been so against me and my girlfriend this entire time. I mean, at the Thanksgiving party, Johnny was saying, hey, talk to her, but you're all like, oh no, get away from her. And Thomas was like, hold up, right there, dude. You know that is not true, because you know that throughout this whole thing, you've been jerking me back and forth, and I've been asking you time and time again, are you sure? Are you sure this is what you want to do? Do you remember this? And Eric was silent. Eric's silence usually means that he acknowledges what Thomas is saying. He acknowledges the truth of what Thomas is saying. Eric never said, perhaps you're right and I apologize, or anything like that. That's just not the kind of person Eric was. Eric wanted to be right. He wanted to be a good person, but he always wanted to be right. And in order to be right, he could never be wrong. And that was Eric's biggest problem. So I'm going to go ahead and end this episode, because the next episode is the ultimate showdown. And yes, the end game. The next episode will be the season finale. And you're going to find out what happens when you walk on somebody for so long and you push them to the point where they have had enough and they push back. And when they push back, they shove and they tackle. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, share the video to share the message, and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to click the notifications. Alright, I hope you all had a great day, because it would suck if you didn't. God bless.